Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first and foremost, this is the Knucklehead Podcast, where we actually reach out to the 99 percenters and let them know that if you grind, you give it everything you got, you don't stop, and you persevere, you can always be a part of that 1%. But first, let's take a moment. Our goal is to take that 1% to 2%, 3%. Why should we only leave it at 1 when we all can win? This is your boy King Malcolm. I'm with my co-host
Quan.
and we have a special guest.
Hey, so how y'all doing? My name is Akeem Daly. I'm in the Army, Tampa #1 recruiter.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
Pop
I'm
your
here-
ish.
You know, I'm here. You know, I've been waiting to get here, boy. It's a
Yes,
nice
sir.
setup,
Yes,
boy.
sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited for this.
As
Let's
you
get
should
it.
be.
Let's
Yeah,
get
Happy
it.
to have you here, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We have the #1. I don't think y'all heard him, so I want to go ahead and echo what he said. The #1 recruiter in Tampa, Florida. If y'all don't know, now you know.
Yes, sir.
I can't say the rest.
I hear you.
Nah,
All right. So, I want to say thank you first and foremost
Yes,
for
sir.
coming. I
For sure,
appreciate
for
you. I
sure.
know Quan is definitely excited for you to have you here.
sir.
I mean, you know me. I always talk trash in the beginning. So, from New York,
Right.
Bronx,
The Bronx. Get it right.
New York,
Yeah, we here.
Hooper,
For sure.
Hooper. We'll leave it up. Yeah, we'll
Hey,
leave
I got money on anybody in the comments. So
anybody.
anybody comments, I got 100. What's up?
That's that
Let's
New
go.
York
Yeah,
swag.
yeah.
Everyone with confidence. Can't tell us nothing.
I feel like when you were growing up, you had a basketball in your hand all the time.
spinning around people.
Doing the
Yeah,
and
come
one
on,
type
bro.
stuff,
Yeah, you
making
already
beats
know.
with it.
You already know. Got the
Yeah.
plastic bag over the ball. Come on, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Come
sir.
on, bro. I do this.
Yes,
This is
sir.
what I do.
Hey, but on top of that, before going to New York, lived in Jamaica, was born in Jamaica, right? When did you leave Jamaica and come to the States?
All right, so I'll back you up a little bit. I was born here.
Okay,
My
okay,
parents
go.
did it. No. My parents did it backwards. They weird. Right? So, I was born here, and then I moved to Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Born here, moved to Jamaica. I lived there till I was like, I want to say like 5.
Okay.
And then I will go every year for the summer. Every summer, every year I will go to Jamaica.
Back to Jamaica.
Yeah, and the last time I was in Jamaica, I think I was 16 when the last time my parents took me. And then I went in as an adult when I was like 21, 22. I keep going back.
Got you. You still have obviously family.
Yeah, my
and
family's still there.
everything,
Yeah, Portmore,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, boop, boop, boop. We here, baby.
And you know, it's real because most people when they were like, "Oh, I've been to Jamaica," or I'm from Jamaica. It's
Kingston.
Kingston.
And then when as soon as I hear that, I'm like, "All right, man, you lying to me."
My dad is from Portmore. My mom is from Spanish Town. I was raised with my aunt, and Bread Lane is right near Tivoli Gardens.
Okay.
Anybody in the comment section, they tell you about Tivoli Gardens, they already know what time it is. So,
Dang.
That's
so
dope.
that's my story.
So leaving from Jamaica, coming back to the States, I know you were a little young, but how was that transition?
Honestly, when you young, you don't really realize it.
Right.
Because you just surrounded by family. So you just like, okay, I'm going to Jamaica. I'm with my family that speak patois. And then I'm going back to the States. And the only transition that was difficult was that switch off. Where, like, when you in Jamaica, that's, especially back then, that was considered like a third world country. You know
Right.
what I mean?
The culture's
So
different.
the culture's completely different. You don't really got toys. You out there, your imagination is your toys and your friends and all that stuff like that.
Right.
You talking about having fun, you like, yo, let's go jump in the river. That's fun.
Right.
Or track and field or throw some stones or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we're making box trucks with little milk cartons and stuff like that. Like, that's the type of things that you have fun. And then when you come to the States and it's like, here's a Power Ranger toy. Here's that. You're like,
Totally different, yeah.
oh, nice. I used to make this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing arts and crafts trying
They
to
should
make
pay
stuff
me.
like that. Word. So then, I'll say at a young age, just that transition to see the difference. Where it's like, you see how it is to be down bottom, but having the best time of your life.
Right.
And then you get to a situation where you, like, everybody in Jamaica or whatever, they want to come a foreign. That's what they call it, right? They want to come to the land of gold roads and everything like that, and then you hear and then you're like, yo, it's really not that. It ain't
It's not
all
what you
that.
think.
It's
Yeah.
really not all that. I kind of had more fun
Here.
doing
Right.
this stuff because of expectations and all that type of stuff. Like, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So I learned that at a young age, and I also learned to like really knowing what you have, like, and not taking it for granted.
Right.
Cause I know what it feels like to be starving or hot. Cause we don't got no AC.
No AC at all.
You better hope the wind blow.
Right.
Cause
Because if it don't,
you sweating to like having it, and now you kind of more grateful for your surrounding because
Right.
you know what it feels like, or you know people who's really struggling. So like you don't got no excuses when people are telling you to like, yo, do this, because it's like, yo,
You know what it's like not to have.
I know what it's like not to have it. So even living in America, like eating my corned beef and rice every day, you know what I'm saying, and my crackers and my all that, like, so that was my transition.
So I got an interesting question. Seeing as we both from New York, you gotta talk about the towns, right? So you
yes,
grew up
sir.
in New York, like especially growing up, like the fact that you are in your career field, I think should be celebrated,
Right.
because there's not a lot of people that look like us that necessarily take that role. But now, was going to the Army a choice that you say, hey, I want to do this for me, or was it like a last option? Because usually it's one or the other. So I'm just curious to know what led you there.
Hell nah, it was not a choice for me, man. My back was against the wall, bro.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you. So so I'm gonna give you a little backstory. My brother and my sister, they both joined the Navy.
Okay.
So they joined the Navy when they were 17 or 18. They didn't tell my parents or nothing.
Wow.
I just remember them like, 'cause I think I was like, I want to say I was like 7 at the time, right? I was young at the time. I just remember them just saying like, hey, we going to boot camp. Here's our stuff. We just graduated. We leave in 2 weeks. And I just remember this big uproar in my family.
Wow.
Like, yo, y'all can kill yourself, all type of stuff like that, right? So, you know, you get that taboo of the military. You think once you join the military, you're going to die. You're going to go to war, whatever.
Right.
So growing up, I never looked at the military as an option. Even though I knew I had successful brothers and sisters in it,
Yeah.
that wasn't my thing because I played basketball.
Right.
So you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to the A.
Of course.
There was, what you want to learn? What you want to study in? Basketball.
Right.
When I went to college, guess what I put up? What was that? Oh my God, I can't even think of it, whatever. But I think it's sports science or whatever. I was like, I'm a major in sports science.
Right.
Why? Because I play basketball. Like,
Yeah.
no, nothing about sports science, anything. It's just whatever it takes me to a gymnasium, that's what I want to do.
Right.
So being in the military was never in my forefront. I used to look at JRTC kids. I know you know what JRTC, right?
Right.
So JRTC is not a really big thing up north, right?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like band and all that stuff.
Right.
We don't have that up in New York.
Okay.
But my school had JRTC kids, and I used to look at them like, yo, they're lame as hell.
Right, wearing
Corny
hard
as hell.
bottom shoes.
You wearing uniform, corny
Yeah.
ass. Like I used to, say stuff like that. So it was like I would never do it, but life have a way of humbling you, right? So I went to college with the same pipe dreams as everybody else. You know what I mean? Got redshirted my year at Mooresville State College, thinking that I was about to make it an A, and got kicked out of college. I did one semester, y'all.
Wow.
One. I couldn't even make it to a whole
year.
Nah, I did one. Like, but I had too much freedom.
Right.
I had way
I was
too
going
much.
to ask you, was it because of like the freedom and you can go to class or you don't go to class?
Oh yeah, nah. So, all right. So look, Mooresville, what they did was they'll give you like your own personal phone, because the service up in Syracuse was so bad that they was like, all right, here's a Boost Mobile Nextel phone. Right? So, remember the chirp joints?
Yeah.
They'll give you that, and they gave you a laptop, and they be like, all right, cool. I never had so much freedom before because I had it structured. Everything was structured.
Right.
I got practice. I got my homework. I got dinner time, bedtime. Everything is structured. My parents is in my ear. When I got to college, I didn't have that.
Right.
And teachers don't care if you come or go.
They
No
get paid
diddy.
regardless.
But, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it don't matter. So I got to college, and I couldn't control myself.
Right.
I seen snow on the ground. I'm looking outside. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to class today. I'm hungover because I've never been hungover before. You know what I mean? I'm doing things that
Whole new experience.
my parents never allowed me to experience for real. And I'm just like testing the waters. And then I just remember getting that letter in the mail, like, yo, you not welcome back here.
Wow.
But I also did like fighting, doing dumb
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
like
You took the
just
city with you.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
people
I
do
just
that.
went crazy. I was a 17-year-old kid,
Mm-hmm.
no guidance, and just lying to my parents like, yeah, college is great. I'm having an amazing time because I'm in parties all day.
Right.
Living life.
I'm living the best life that I can, and then reality hit me when I got that letter. Like, yeah, you can't come here. And then I remember trying to do that. The letter back. I sent the letter back, and I was like, please just take me.
The
Like,
appeal.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
please just
they
take me.
wasn't
And
trying to
then
hear that.
I drove back up there, talked to the president, and they was like, nah, man, you a nuisance in the school. You can't come back. Your
Wow.
grade point average is like a 1 point something.
Wow.
So
What would you? So I ask you this question: what would you tell the 17-year-old, your 17-year-old self today, if you were to
nothing,
go back?
nothing.
Why?
Same thing. Because I needed that.
Mm.
I needed to get kicked out. Because if I didn't get kicked out, I would never be the man I am today.
What about the 17-year-old that's now that's in college, going to college? What would you tell them to do in their experience right now?
That's a good question. It's all right. Before I answer your question, I'll just say it's different.
Okay.
The time and age right now is different. These kids right now is way more advanced than we were,
Correct.
than I was. You know what I mean? Like they already. As a recruiter, I'm talking to high school kids, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this." Like when I was growing up, it wasn't that. It was either you play a sport, you sell drugs, you go to the military, or you get locked up.
Right.
Those are your four options. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those. But these kids now are so well equipped, and they already know. Like I have a nephew who is so intelligent. Like when I talk to him, he's telling me about how much bones a dinosaur have. Do you know this science thing? Do you like these kids are well equipped and they know the world, and they know like there's so much different several outcomes and sources of income and all that. We didn't think about that.
Right.
So honestly, man, it will just be situational based to me, to be honest with you, because some people need to fail.
Okay.
So it would just be situational based, but I would just tell a 17-year-old right now that you're gonna go through your highs and lows, but you gotta stay the course. Because God got a plan for you and you can't see it right now. So just stay the course, man, and don't let depression kill you. That's the only thing I would tell you. Literally.
Got you. And I like that answer because, one, when we first introduced you as the number one recruiter, it kind of ties into exactly what you're saying. Like you being number one, it comes off where you don't push anyone to make a decision, but you just give them options.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the answer you just gave kind of aligned with why you the top dog,
Yeah.
being at the top dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Okay.
The answer, yeah.
All right, cool.
So that's a great point. So my next question to that is, right, so you said, just to recap, you went through the whole experience of going to college. That didn't work out. So, okay, so now I feel there's a gap here. So how did we get to, all right, I'm going to go to the military? Because like you said, you wasn't even looking at it. So was it a situation where, man, I'm out of school, trying to work? Like, what was that final push?
So-
like, man, I got to do something.
So my mom gave me a month, right? So all right.
You got kids out of school, and then mom was like, you got a
Yo,
month.
yeah, she told me
30 days.
she like, yo, you got a month to figure it out. You better be in somebody's job or somebody's school. That's exactly how she said it.
Wow.
Somebody's job or somebody's school. So I'm like, okay. So that was a time of like, you have to go to a store, fill out the application.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you going way back.
so
Bring your employment card.
yeah, so I remember I was downtown Soho, and I'm filling out job applications, and two girls walked up to me. Right, I'm gonna just give you a little backstory. Two girls walked up to me, and they were like, "Hey, you know Hollister?" I'm like, "Hollister? I don't know what that is." They're like, "You know Abercrombie and Fitch?" I'm like, "Oh, the store would like they be dancing, they be kind of like half naked and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh yeah, we the sister brand of them or whatever. Are you got a job? Like, what are you doing? Whatever." And I was like, "Nah, I'm looking for a job though." And it was like, "Man, you fit the Hollister mold. Like, you ever thought of like modeling and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Modeling."
Right.
Bro, I got baggy sweats on, sagging. Like, I'm like modeling. Like, yeah, y'all don't want me. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, long story short, I end up being a Hollister model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your boy was
Wow,
I was in the flip flops and the flannel. You know what I'm saying? So I was a Hollister model for like a year, or close to a year, and I thought it was like the best job ever. You know what I mean? I was living life. I was around so much like real models and stuff like that. So like I would go to parties and things like that. And then I just one day, literally, I went to go play ball, right? And I was sitting on the corner, waiting on my people to come out the building or whatever. And then I'm watching like the old heads in my hood, and they having kids, right? And then their kids is like having kids. Like I'm watching generations, but I'm seeing that we all in the same spot.
Right.
And I'm just looking at it, and I was like, nah, I can't do this no more. I gotta go. This is somebody I look up to. His kid here with a kid.
Right.
That means I'm gonna be stuck here forever if I'm sitting here in this Hollister thing, and I just start feeling empty. Literally, I've just felt like emptiness, and I felt like my life was bigger than Hollister. And then I knew that God was putting that message for me because like Hollister just wasn't working anymore. I started having problems with the manager. Like things were just starting getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. That's how
Yeah.
it usually works.
You see what I'm saying?
Every week, yeah.
Everything was just being uncomfortable. My parents start being super annoying. My siblings is like, what you gonna do with your life? It was just like everything was like I was just feeling like I was choking. And then my brother-in-law, and I thank him to this day. My brother-in-law from Queens, he called me. I went down to VA. He took me to a Navy ship. We played basketball together. He did everything that I like. And he showed me like, yo, you can have this lifestyle. And I'm looking around. They got a house. Then I went to my brother's crib. He got a house, got a wife, he got kids, he got nice cars. I'm like, bro, you got all this with the military? He's like, yeah, bro. You can do it too, stupid.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Bet. If y'all can do it, I can do it. And I literally just went in the Army recruiting office, and I was like, yo, I'm ready to go. I don't care what job, whatever. Just, I'm out. And that's how I joined.
Wow.
Literally, that's how I joined. Like, I was just at a place that I was so fed up with life, and I knew I wanted more out of my life. Because I just looking at my surrounding, I just didn't want to be a product of my environment anymore.
Was it, so, I know in New York, everyone has a swag, because every time I meet someone from New York, like this of you,
Right.
there's a swag, but also there's I won't even say ego, there's a like you guys carry yourself in a certain way, like, yo,
That sense of
you're
pride.
not going to talk to me.
Yeah.
So going into boot camp, coming from where you came from, and also being Jamaican, so like both worlds.
Right.
How did you manage boot camp?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a.
I feel like there was some. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a Snapple fact real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Give you a Snapple fact real
Just
quick, yo.
give a back history on that. We offline. We've been going that. I'm like, bro, stop saying this stuff that I don't know what that means. Snapples I drink.
Y'all remember?
But then on the
Snapple,
bottom of the thing, I got it now. Yeah.
Come
I'm
on,
feeling
bro.
you.
Get with me, man. I'm a poet, baby. But so look, I quit my first day.
Yeah.
Swear to God, I quit my first day.
Nah.
Swear to God. So, quick story, right? So, boom, we on the bus already, right? So we got a little duffel bags, our stuff is packed or whatever. So they like the drill sergeants on the bus, like, look out the window, they yelling. So me, like when I'm nervous or something like that, I laugh a lot. Like I'm one of them, like I be laughing and you look at it like, yo, why you disrespecting me? I'm like, yo, I'm not. I'm just shit funny, like, and that's how I gotta cope with myself. You feel me? So I'm laughing and whatever. He like, Private, put your head in the bag. I'm like, yeah, I ain't put my head in the bag. You bugging. Like,
Right.
So boom, get off the bus. They telling us to like, yo, find the red dot, find the red dot. So I'm stupid, right? 'Cause I know nothing about the military. So I'm like, oh, military, they got snipers on the roof. So I'm like, oh, there's a red dot on my clothes. So I'm sitting here looking for a red dot, thinking there's a sniper on the roof. And they like, yo, dummy, the red dot on the ground. I'm like, oh, for placement. Oh, okay, all right. So boom,
He said, look at that's hilarious.
So-
Man, I know they had a lot to say about you
Bro,
that day.
so I'm
Man.
like, all right, cool. So I get to my red dot, whatever. I'm doing my jumping jacks, whatever. All this stuff that they screaming at us, right? It's like, it's called shark attack. So it's like 20, 30 drill sergeants. I might be exaggerating, but it felt like that.
A lot.
They got blowhorns, they going, they yelling, all that, right? It's smoke everywhere.
That's the
You
mental.
can't see. It's like chaotic.
Oh wow.
So, two of the drill sergeants came up to me. They was like, "Where you from, Prof?" I'm like, "I'm from New York." They're like, "Oh, we got a New Yorker. We got a New Yorker." So now, that brought like 5 more drill sergeants to me.
Yo.
So now they trying to do mad crazy stuff. So I got my duffel bag over my head. One of the drill sergeants tied my shoelace together. And then another drill sergeant told me to put my duffel bag down. And then once I did that, he took it, emptied out my clothes, and he threw it all over the lawn. So my drawers and everything is on the grass. So he like, "Go fetch." So I'm sitting here like, that's some slave word. Now you bugging, bro. I'm not doing that. Fetch what? Yo, put me back on this bus. You bugging out. So I sat down. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. Put me back on the bus. I'm done. Y'all violated me. Get up. Da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere but that bus. And put me back on the plane. I don't need none of this. You're not about to throw my drawers and tell me go fetch. Fetch what? You bugging as hell. So I sat there. And I was like, yo, I'm done. I quit. I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. I did not come here for my drawers to be on the grass. And then, literally, I want to say 3, 4, 5 minutes went by. They told me to get up. They're like, we're going to put you back on the bus. You done. I'm like, all right, cool. We got up, got my stuff. They put me in the back, right? So no one can see me. They took off their drill sergeant hats and everything. And that's when I realized that the military is a game, and you got to play the game. And that's the main thing I learned about life was that moment right there. The drill sergeants looked me in the eye, and they was like, listen, man, we not here to bring you back home. We here to break you down and to build you back up. That is why you raised your hand. It's to change. We are trying to change you, and you need to learn how to play the game. Basic training is only 9 weeks and 4 days. You can get through this, but you have to learn to submit. A good leader has to listen first. He has to be a follower first before he can lead. And at that instant, I got it. And my whole demeanor changed. I was still doing stupid stuff during basic training, but that's not here or there. That's another story. But my approach to everything else was like, yo, this is not personal. This is business. And then I got through it. Sorry to be long-winded, but I wanted to be the whole effects and stuff.
That was the same approach. Nah, to put me on this bus. The only thing I relate to what you're saying, because I am Greek, and I went through like a similar experience, and they said the same exact thing. In order to build a man to be something great, I got to break you down and break those bad habits that you came here with. 100%. Yeah, I agree with you.
Man.
Wow.
Well.
I know he would have been like, you done lost your mind.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
maybe not. Cause that's different environment.
In life, I've been broken so many times. I feel like.
But you see, what I was looking at, it was like I will only allow my parents to do that.
See, that's the difference.
And that's the thing. I was just, it was like, my parents could beat me, whatever the case, but that's my parents.
Right.
Anybody outside of them, you bugging.
Right, especially from New York, because you
got hell to
don't wanna
pay.
be fooled out there.
Yeah, you got hell to pay. You know what I mean? So it was just that pride, that ego. Like, yo, I'm a man too. Yo, let's go. We could fight. Like, it took me a while to kind of like shed that. I'm talking about years to shed that New York mentality where I'm like, bro, I'll slap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a while to kind of get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that instant in that moment, and I'm thankful for those drill sergeants. I don't remember their name, but that took the time out to give me that 2-minute spill because I needed to hear that. I needed to look at them as human beings and not as like, because when you went basic, you looking at them as an object, like this authority figure that can just punish you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you're looking at them. But then to be like, man, you put your sneakers on just like me, bro. I ain't even scared of you. You good? All right, bro. We straight.
Right.
We good now. I'm good. I know I'm out of my comfort zone, but I'm about to lock in
Fact.
because I failed already,
Right.
and I can't go back because I promised myself I can't feel what I felt when I got kicked out of college. That ain't fun. I can tell people I got kicked out now because I'm good now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Grew from it.
But then that ain't nothing to be proud of.
With that, right? I know a lot of people, including us, follow you on social media. You have a very large social media presence, especially. I don't know if you've seen this, where
Peeping King.
he walks. Here's the camera. He walks. He has
Doing
one
his
outfit
thing.
on. Then next thing he kicks another outfit.
Yes, sir.
Where did the shoe? Where did that come from? I know it's probably not even a New York thing, because in the South they do it heavy too. But I was looking at the shoes. I'm like, jeez, that's a whole wall.
That's
man.
A culture, man.
That's a culture thing, man.
Like man, like that's
It's a New York
car
thing, bro.
pavements, house notes.
Yeah, man, I got like over 200 pairs of sneakers,
right.
bro.
That's not New York
normal.
though. That's not New York. That's everywhere, I think. Now, because in the South,
Well,
we've
now-
been doing it for so long.
Now, but I mean, you gotta think about it, right? I grew up in a city that you couldn't.
Fashion Mecca is what I tell
Yeah,
people.
like you
out
can't
looking
come
crazy.
outside looking crazy. They
Why
gonna
not?
they gonna clown you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
crazy as hell. And I was the one who's gonna clown you. What are those? That was me. I was that kid, annoying, gonna follow you everywhere, like dirty ass kicks, boom, boom, boom. So, because I know I was doing that, I gotta keep up the par. Man, I'm talking about I'm shoveling snow for $50. I'll Christmas time, I'm cutting down trees. I'll put it. I'm hustling everything for bread. Because in New York, it's all about your appearance, materialistic, and then that's why we so warped in our bad ways of thinking.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because we think materialistic things first.
Right.
Look at all the Dope Boy movies, Paid in Full,
It's
all
the
that.
same plot every
It's the
time.
same thing.
That's
we all
true.
get the money and we just buy cars and clothes. That's all we do with it.
That's true.
And sit on the block.
Yeah.
So it's that mentality that was like every time I got $1, guess what I'm gonna buy? I'm gonna buy the brand new J's, whatever outfit. So I can't shake it at this point.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
embedded in me.
Yeah,
and
I
then
see.
my mom was the same way, cause like growing up, she'll just be like, I'm not making you go outside looking crazy. I'm going to this. We gotta go to your cousin's party. Put these sneakers on.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy you these sneakers because you're not gonna look trash with me. Nobody gonna talk about you. You know what I'm saying? So it was just
It was
you
just
get
added
used.
into you.
Yeah, you get used to it. And if you
Yeah,
see my mom, she's the same way.
Yeah.
So
You
you
got
just,
a lot of shoes too.
heels, clothes for days. It's the same thing. It's the same. So you just get used to it.
It's embedded. in-
Learning how to clean your sneakers at a young age because you may not get another pair. So you gonna get that toothbrush and that soap and you gonna scrub them. You gonna keep these fresh. So that's where that came from, for real.
So I got another question. So, knowing what you know now, right? Like, because it definitely seemed like going into the Army was like a pivotal moment for you, right? It definitely changed the trajectory of your life. What are maybe 3 misconceptions that people, especially like from where we come from, like from an urban community, such as all 3 of us right here? What are the 3 misconceptions that the younger version of us would have probably thought that's probably not true about going into the military as a career?
You're gonna die, automatic. You're gonna go to war, and you're gonna be in the infantry. Those are like the super misconceptions. I thought the same thing. You know what I mean? Because the military, I don't want to say cult because it's gonna sound bad, but you got to think about the era before social media, right? I joined 2012. There was still Instagram and stuff
Right.
like that, right? So I grew up in that social media way, but information still wasn't put out, so you still kind of didn't know
Right.
what you get. You're just like signing up and wishing for the best. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but you don't know that the military have over 150 jobs. You don't have to be infantry. There's only 15 combat jobs. You didn't know that people actually pick that. Majority of people pick to be combat. They like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? People don't know that you could go in the military and be a dental hygienist. Or if you want to, now we got like You can play games and stuff like that. There's MOS is for everything now. The military is a big business at this point. So people don't understand that, and we don't know that because not a lot of us join, or we'll look at yesteryears and be like, well, this World War II vet is homeless now, so I guess the military is not that good, or something like. And that's unfortunate that there's circumstances and that happen, but because we're not educated enough on it, we don't know how we can use the military and give us leverage in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I did it and kind of had to navigate through it and got to a point of like, oh, I get it.
Right.
This is why. All right, cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. So those are the misconceptions, just thinking that you're going to die, you're going to go to war, they're gonna put a gun in your hand and they're gonna tell you to go kill
exactly
somebody.
What I grew up hearing a lot.
Yeah,
too,
like
yeah.
I came home and all my homeboys was like, "Yo, you be doing that Call of Duty stuff, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I all the time." "Yo, how much people you kill, bro?" "I just came out of basic training." "I know you be killing motherfuckers." No, bro, come on, bro.
So with being the number one recruiter, the top recruiter in Tampa, what for these young people? What does the conversation look like when you're talking to them?
It's very authentic, right? So I know how hard it is because of my upbringing, right? Not saying that my upbringing was terrible or whatever the case may be, but it took me a little bit to get in the military. Like, I took the test the first time, I didn't pass. Now, I took it the second time, got in, whatever. So I know how difficult it could be. I know what, back to my Jamaican roots, what it looked like to be starving. You know, I got this from my brother-in-law. He always say, "Are you hungry or are you starving?" I know what it feels like to be both. You know what I'm saying? So when I see these kids and I look at their situation, I automatically can identify with it because I've been there. So I can have a real conversation with you because I already know what you're looking for because I was 17, 18 looking for the same thing. But it's easier for me to tell you something if I'm living the same lifestyle that I'm telling you. I can't tell you, like, yo, the military can give you a house and stuff like that. I don't got no house. Yo, the military could fix your credit or whatever. My credit is 500. I can't give you that message if I'm not living it.
Right.
So that's why when I tell people, like, follow me on Instagram, look at the lifestyle I'm living, this and this. And then I give that extra caveat of the things that we don't talk about enough in the community. Like, yo, bro, I know you 17, but, bro, you need to start looking at your credit. You ever thought about investing? Hey, when you get in the military, yo, take your money, take a small percentage, put that into your TSP. TSP is like the 401k.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, my sisters and brothers did that for me. So I had so much good mentors that it'll be a shame if I didn't take that same message and applied it to the younger generation. I would be doing a disservice.
Right.
And then I'm such a people person. It's just like, that is like my calling to just make sure, like, yo, you good.
Right.
I want to see that the people that I affect is good. I want to be able to see you 5 years from now and you like, yo, Sergeant Dip, like, yo, what up, bro? Oh, you a millionaire? Oh, my dog. Like, and I'm genuinely happy for you and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that, it's not really a message, man. It's just more like a lifestyle. Like, this is the lifestyle that you can live. You either could do 4 years or you could do the full 20. But this is how we're going to approach this together. And I'm going to show you what you can do in 4 or what you can do in 20.
What I liked, we had talked, it was probably like a month or 2 months back, and we were conversing about this similar, but the question that I had asked you was, what do you tell that person that the military isn't for? They have something else, and I was like, do you force them into it, or like, what do you do? Because most recruiters were like, no, this is the best option, and your answer at the time, you were like, no, bro, I don't force anyone into anything. If I see that they're talking about the military, but they're telling me they have the ability to do something else and it's major, I'm going to push them to that something else.
Yeah, 100%.
And we were talking, that's honestly, that day is when I was like, oh, yeah, we locked in.
Yeah.
Because then I saw the mentality of who you were as a person.
Because I think that's so wrong, man. Why would I stop your gift? If you telling me that, man, I'm in school to be a doctor or whatever the case may be, why would I be like, oh, that's trash, bro? Be in the military just because I want my numbers? That's whack, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's whack. That's bad karma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you about to be a doctor, bro? God bless you, man. I hope everything work out for you, man. If you know anybody else who who's not as fortunate as you or gifted as you, not saying that people in the military is not, but I'm just saying because some people figure it out at different speeds.
Mm-hmm.
I joined at 20. There's kids I put in the army at 17. I wish I joined at 17. I wasn't there mentally yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We all have different speeds on where we go. So it's like, why would I stop your growth to tell you just join the military just cause? Right. That's whack.
Yeah.
If you got something, if you telling me you gonna work for NASA, why would I tell you come join the military? That make no, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't make no sense.
Right.
You know how much people I'm joined to other branches too? Hey, you into space stuff? Hey, go to Space Force, bro. Here's a contact. Man, you like ships and you want to do something? Here's the Navy. You want to be in the Air Force? Here's an Air Force contact. Because I look at the branches, like we all work for the government. Right. Yeah, they put us, like we battle each other, right? Yeah. We all work for the Uncle Sam. And at the same time, I tell people this analogy. It's like going to a car dealership. You're going to leave with a car. We're all going to drive. It's just what kind of car you want. You want a
right.
Toyota? You want a Nissan? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? What fits your personality? That's how I look at the branches.
Right.
That's interesting. So, I mean, now you've gone through experience of transition, having these, because it seemed like you had like a lot of different moments. Like first it was like going to the Army, then that whole process, then becoming a recruiter and really pouring back into people that are coming behind you. What's like your biggest goal right now moving forward, right? Because you, like you said, you were already the #1 recruiter. I know that's not going to stop, but what's your ambitions now? What does that look like for you since we are in the new year of 2025?
I'm really trying to get out from the umbrella of the military for 2025. I feel that I've poured so much into it that it's time for me to pour into myself. So I'm really starting to take on entrepreneurship. I know a lot of you guys follow the Hood Motivator. That's my boy. That's my partner. So we got a podcast coming out.
Awesome.
We got tours coming out that he's doing his motivational speaking. Me and you, we got business doing the Airbnb. And, you know what I'm saying, apartments. I went to go do my real estate license. I failed. I have to keep it 100 with you because it's hard as well. But it's hard. But, no diddy. But just trying to pour myself into different things now because I've seen what the military can do for you.
Right.
And I'm ready for that to happen for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, my goal at first wasn't to be the #1 recruiter. It wasn't. My goal at first was just to get one person in.
Right.
It took me 3 months to get one person in.
Wow.
And then I was one person steady. I've been recruiting for a year and a half. I put in a year and a half, I put in 15, about 45 people in the Army.
Wow.
In a year and a half, you only need 12 a month.
Wow.
I mean, 12. You only need 12 for the year.
You're overachiever.
I'm super, yeah. So,
wow.
That wasn't my goal. My goal was just to be good enough.
Service to people.
To drop my one, and it was just like I just always want to make sure whatever my recruiter didn't do, I'm gonna make sure I do. I'm gonna make sure I go 110 for my people because I look at that more as a family than a number.
Right.
And then it just kind of like God just kind of blessed me to just multiply. And I couldn't even fathom like looking at the charts. I'm like, damn, I'm #1. Like, you don't. LeBron LeBron ain't trying to be LeBron. Like, he just worked at his craft and he wanted to be good enough to make it to the A, and he ended up being LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I tell people all the time, when you walk in your purpose, you don't really worry about all the accolades. You're so locked in on your mission and being of service, all that stuff. It comes with it.
It comes with it, yeah.
That's not your focal point.
No.
At all.
It starts to be like, so I would say being top 5, whatever you do, does open doors.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And recruiting has opened up so much doors for me to meet people like you guys. And that's where now I'm starting to see the benefits of my work.
Right.
Because I'm meeting gentlemen like you guys who have so much to offer to this world, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
I want to be like that. That's what I see myself doing. Because when you're serving in the military, sometimes you could be blindsided by the mission. If the mission comes first, everything is secondary.
Right.
So you're just trying to be the best soldier that you can be, and you don't realize that you don't even pouring into yourself. You're just pouring into the government. Nonstop. You just, the mission says I got to do this, so I got to do. You just nonstop. Now I finally get to look back and be like, no, I mean some amazing people. I actually want to do what they do. I like this entrepreneurship stuff. I like this. This is actually my lane. Because now I'm confident in myself and in the tools that the military gave me.
Right.
Now I feel like I'm ready to branch off into the world and try new things. I'm not scared. So that's where I'm at for 2025.
I love that for you, bro. I really
Sir.
do.
So with the I know you said the podcast, I kind of think I know what you guys are doing, but anything that you would like others to know, what to look for, what's coming. 'Cause with the two of y'all, I know it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That's about
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
crazy.
So what we're doing is we're gonna do cause Jared got his own podcast, the Hood Motivator podcast. So we're doing a spinoff. So then I'll just come in and do like the military edition,
Oh, nice.
right? So the plan is to get military people to get on the show, either retirees, active now, reserves, or people going into the military, and kind of get their
story,
their
perception.
story,
Yeah.
their perception, their everything,
that.
and then just just
That'll
shoot it
be
up.
dope.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I can
Just
see
spread
that.
that message, because like the military could sometimes get a bad stigma. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all about perception,
Right.
and it sucks. I'm not saying I had the greatest career, but I just had some really, really dope mentors. So it just made me look at life completely different. And a lot of people don't get that chance. Some people get a bad shape. They'll get a bad sergeant. Now their whole career is ruined because this NCO wasn't a leader. We call them zebras. They just got stripes. You know what I mean? So now because they had a bad leader, now they looking at the military in the whole like, yo, this is a bad organization. It's like, nah, you just had bad management.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. So a lot of people's stories are like that. So I just try to be opposite. Like, when you come across me, you're going to remember me. And you're going to look at me like, nah, Sean Daly, he was that one.
Right.
That's what I hang my hat off. Like, when I leave, you like, yo, nah, Sean Daly, you the GOAT. You fixed whatever was broken with me. And now,
I can thrive.
right,
Yeah.
off of your tutelage.
I mean, I would take my hat off,
Oh, you gonna just leave me out here?
but
You all good?
it's spit it right. It's spit it right.
I know, man. I know how I look and stuff like that. I'm wiser beyond my years. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
for sure, man.
I've been in the military 13 years, bro. So
Tell him, man. Over 10 years. Don't let the
Yeah.
outfit fool you.
yeah, 13 years,
Guys,
bro. So it's like
accomplish.
I've been doing this for a
You've
while.
been doing it for a minute.
Yes, sir.
You're doing it for a minute, and you still doing it though.
Yes,
when
sir.
when you sit back and think about it,
Yes, sir.
pouring into the youth, changing lives. Do you see yourself doing speaking engagements or? I mean, you're around one of the,
Yeah,
you're around
one of the goats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
So-
I don't know. I gotta be off the Henny or something. I
Nah,
don't
you
know.
can't. All right. We gonna leave you outside of that. Nah, we good.
That boy gonna be in there speaking the truth right there, boy.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
All right, we not gonna let you go there. No, we can't let you go there.
Hennessy, I ain't touched Hennessy since college, boy. Man, you're a whole other person.
Yeah, all right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever God's will.
Gotcha.
Whatever he got for me, man. I'm still just walking.
Gotcha.
I'm just still walking, bro. I'm still, even though it seemed like I got it all together, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. I got pieces of the puzzles. I know where I'm trying to go, but I'm still trying to navigate.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But I just see it a little bit clearer right now.
Gotcha. And I like that, man, because when it's all said and done, I don't feel like no one actually, I don't care how rich or how poor, no one actually has it figured out.
Yeah.
Because every day is a
New day.
Yeah, it's a new day.
and it changes. Outside of the podcast, anything else you have coming up? Anything else? I feel like 2025.
2025
be
is
your
crazy.
year.
Yeah, 2025.
I feel like it's about to be that
crazy.
year
Yeah,
for
the
you.
harvest, man. Like
Yeah,
you always
it's
say,
crazy.
Malcolm. So I get it.
Absolutely.
I got a lot of stuff, but I have like
You can't say right now.
Yeah.
To,
Yeah, I'm
to
like
be
that too. I
continued.
keep it close until I see some movement.
once I see more movement, then you'll see it. You'll
Gotcha,
see it. You'll
gotcha.
see it. You'll see it. I'll say the biggest thing that I got. I did the Steve Harvey camp last year. I'll probably do that again. That's when we get together. It'd be like I'd say 15 military personnels. We'll do it during Father's Day weekend, and a lot of these kids don't have no fathers.
Right.
So we're like their father figure, their mentors for 4 or 5 days. It's a camp. It's like 250 bad kids from the city, all types of stuff. But man, I love these kids, bro. Like I had a time of my life last year when I did it. I still talk to my kids to this day. So I probably that'd be the one thing that I know that I'm really trying to do again. Because at this time, they want me to be in charge of the whole military section. So that'd be like the one thing I'll say look out for. I was on TV for like 3 seconds.
That's amazing, though.
It was crazy. my dad called me, yo, you just see him? I'm like, yeah, your boy on TV, 3 seconds, baby.
Speaking of being on TV just recently, or not just recently, but I know recently you posted about it. You were next to Tiger Woods, or you were the Tiger
you
Woods.
know.
I get it where I fit in.
I pay attention, man. I pay attention. I pay attention.
Little PGA tour, you know, they have me with the flag,
Yeah,
walking by
why not?
Tiger Woods,
Why
you know
not?
what I'm saying?
Why not? Why not you?
Yo, you know what's crazy?
What's up?
I've been on TV 3 times this year for like 3 seconds. And each scenario, the Steve Harvey, Tiger Woods, and then I did, I went to the NHL game with my family. And it was so weird because I was going down to the ice with my daughter. I was trying to show her the players. And then they was like, hey, can we interview you real quick? And I was like, me? I'm not in uniform, nothing. They was like, yeah, we shooting this commercial, da-da-da-da-da. Here, sign this NDA or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I did like my little Let's Go Lightnings or whatever. It was cool.
That's what's up.
So I just feel like, you know,
Yeah.
little by little.
That's why you about to have a podcast, though, bro. You meant to be on camera.
Yeah, man. I'm trying, bro.
Sign. He usually sends an echo.
I'm trying, bro.
There's something with, so number 3 is my favorite number.
Yes, sir.
But there's something that they say I have to figure it out. But 3 is like a sign of like, I don't know if it's prosperity or something that's coming good. So when you say that, I'm like, dang, 3 times, 3 seconds. You know what I mean? So hey,
We'll see.
channel 3.
But yeah, I'm trying to channel a lot of stuff for me and my family, man. I'm trying to, like, you know, kind of break this financial curse in my family, you know what I mean, and kind of like just give back. And it's crazy because I'm just running into the same circles, man. Like, where I go, I see y'all. When I see y'all, I know I'm in the right spot.
Vice versa.
Honest to God, like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, they did? All right, bet. Like, that's just how I'm feeling. Like, and I'm in that space where I feel like everything I'm doing is just connecting. It's just connecting.
brother.
It's
Keep
connecting.
going,
So
man.
I'm grateful, man. I'm blessed. I'm so Tampa has been the best thing that ever happened to me and my family. Recruiting has been the best thing, and I don't feel like I work, man. I just feel like I'm just enjoying the moment.
Living.
I'm just living, and things is just happening, and it's just like the fruits of my labor, bro.
Hey,
Hey.
I can see. So I gotta be very careful with my words.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna just leave it alone because I don't want the government to be mad at me. But when they see how, when you do level up
Right.
outside of them, I feel like they're gonna be calling you back and saying, "Hey,
Hey, we need that,
yeah,
we need that
can
military
you-
discount the other way.
Yeah.
hey, can you come back and matter of fact, can we contract you
Yes,
to
sir.
come speak and come do this and this,
I would do that.
but for a bigger bag,
Yeah, I need a bag though for sure.
Oh, yeah, they got that
gotta
tax-free
pay.
money.
Yeah.
for a bigger bag."
That's what me and JR are trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to get the bag, man. It's about the bag this year.
Yeah, for sure. Harvest season, baby.
And I love that you say that. Like I listen very well. A lot of times, you probably notice. I know he noticed. I'll sit there and I'll be quiet, and I'm just listening to conversations, whether it's if I'm in it or not.
Right.
Right. And I love the fact that you start off, and this is my favorite thing. You start off as a servant. You and what I mean by as a servant, not like. But you pour into people. You're willing to, hey, how can I help you? And by default, I mean, the lifestyle comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the lifestyle comes. A lot of people don't look at it that way. They want the lifestyle before being able to understand the ability to serve.
And I didn't understand that at first.
Mm.
I didn't understand it. I did not. I wanted it now. Like I wanted the lifestyle now, and I didn't get it. And I'll say I had the best leader, Sar Maldonado, Mexican dude from Cali, tatted, came to me like, yo, bro, what you doing, bro? You got these gifts. You wasting your talent.
Mm.
And it took him to like really like get to my level. But when I looked at him, I really respect him. I'm like, oh, you from Cali, tatted. Okay, yeah, like this is my speed right here.
Right.
So when he was you know, it's not about the message, it's a messenger, right?
Right.
It's always a messenger, right? So when he spoke the same thing that everybody else was trying to speak to me, it resonated, automatic. Kind of like, yo, if you could do it, boom. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't get it. It took me years. It took me the right circle. You guys are seeing a polished version of me.
Oh, your shoes.
You see what I'm saying?
You're all polished now.
Yeah, you seen a polished version of me. I could spin something now. You know what I mean? But
Right.
back then, I was lost. I had no direction. I didn't know what I wanted out the military. I didn't know nothing. I was just breathing. You know what I mean? So like now I can see it. I know what I want. I know what I want for my family. Like I can see it. I have goals. I know how I want my daughter to be. Like I can see it now. You know what I mean? So it's a difference.
How's it been a father, and being in the military or being on the recruiter side, whichever direction? How is it?
Being a family man in the military is tough.
Okay.
So, and this is for everybody trying to join the military, and I'm just going to be 100 with you. You have to sacrifice. Because you have your career, and then you have your family. If the Army or the military wanted you to have a family, they would issue you one. That's the joke that they always say, right? That's why they say it's a single man's army. When I was single, it was easy for me to maneuver. I could do whatever I want, come and go as I please. Now that you got a family, you have to juggle so much. And if you want to be great at your craft, something has to suffer. It's either you're going to be great at your craft and your family suffers a little bit, or you prioritize your family a lot and you start suffering at your craft. And it is a difficult choice to make. So that's why you got to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting y'all know, picking your spouse and your family is very important. Because that balance right there, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Because something has to falter. Something. That's not the Libra scale. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult. Because everybody want to be good at what they do, right?
Right.
But then everybody want to make birthdays and anniversaries and
Right.
be the breadwinner. Everybody want to do both, but it's
It's damn near impossible.
it's difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I love being a father, love being a family man, but I also love and I'm very
Purpose.
passionate about my job. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have the answers for you because I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to get that balance. Some days I'm really good. Some days I can be home with my family 24/7 or pour into them. And then there's some days or weeks that it's like, yo, I need y'all to hold off on this because I gotta lock in because I need this promotion because this promotion is gonna get us to the things that we dream about.
Right.
You want to go to Turks and Caicos, right? I gotta go get this. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult, man, but it's doable. It's doable for sure, 100%. But once you have a family in the military, you gotta think, man. You belong to the government. So if they say, hey, today we're going to Alaska, you gotta pack up and go to Alaska. You know what I mean? And then figure out everything after. So everything else is an afterthought. It's the mission that comes first.
Wow. I don't know if I can do that.
You can. I mean, you not right now. You good, but
You
I'm
gotta
just
sense
saying.
it, but if
know
you
what I'm
had to,
saying?
you would
But
make the
you will figure it out. It's just really about your spouse, man, and your family, like who you have, your support system. If you have someone who's like, yo, go ahead, I got everything else, I'm straight. Then it makes it easier. Look at, I bring up LeBron a lot, but look at LeBron and Savannah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there was days like she's just like, "Dang, it's LeBron, bro. He always going."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she started to figure it out and played her position.
Correct.
And now he always talk about her like, yo, if it wasn't for Savannah to let me be me and let me go be great, we couldn't have this. Because if he had anybody else,
Oh yeah.
that wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Why you always going to practice?
Yep.
Why you got to go play? You got to play ball now? You see what I'm saying? It would never work. But with her, she understands his mission and his purpose.
Correct.
So she allowed him to go be great. I got the kids. I got this. So if you have that balance and that part worked out, everything else will work for itself.
I like that part.
Yeah.
Understanding the mission, understanding what's in front of you, because if not,
I like that.
if not, you want to write that down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting that on the title.
Yeah, I'm dropping gems right now.
That mission can either make you or break you.
Yeah, and I think to speak on the man part, it's hard because it's like, man, it's hard to your point. Like if you were the partner that don't understand that, they're just concentrating on what they're not getting. They're not seeing the bigger picture.
Right.
And I know for a fact that that was something that I struggled with. Where it was like I felt guilty at times about certain decisions I had to make, but I'm like, if I didn't make it, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
People forget we started this in my apartment. With this matter of fact, with this iPhone right here that I got here, just me, him, and a conversation, and that led to all of this. Meeting you, meeting Jr., meeting all these amazing people, and I'm like, if this ain't validation of my purpose in life, then I don't know what is. So
because a lot of people don't see the vision that you have, because your vision,
correct.
And now you're trying to like bring people on, like, look, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
over this mountain is gold.
Correct.
I don't see it.
Nope.
I know you don't see it, but trust me.
Right.
Just trust me. Allow me to bring you here.
Right.
And I got you.
Right.
And it's difficult, man, because we all have different purpose. So you trying to make somebody walk through your faith.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you trying to like explain to them, like, listen, this is my purpose. Just allow me to do this.
Right.
And I promise you everything will work out.
Wow, that's dope. So we have an event that's coming. It'll be past by the time people see this, but event that's coming. And today I've just been working because anytime I speak, like I'm a web person, I go 15 minutes. I don't practice for like 5 hours, just game planning. But one of the things about the event is faith, right? Faith, and you hit on it, and then you talk about the getting other people to believe. But one of the things I noticed in faith, it has a contagiousness about it if you're around the right people.
Right.
So being around the right individuals, like you were saying, we popped up in the same rooms, and we're like, damn, I'm in the right place.
Right.
That's a contagiousness, you know what I mean? Where, hey man, you gonna make it, you gonna do this.
Yeah.
But have you noticed, and you probably noticed as well, that there were certain people that before you had that faith, you believed in, or all the vision you had, there's people you're around, they're not there no more.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to feed into the belief, the vision, and putting the action behind it, you start to lose the locusts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do.
You start to lose
You
them
sure do.
quite a bit.
You
and
sure
you
do.
start noticing that you're around like-minded, and the contagious behavior of understanding of faith starts to bleed into other
easy.
people. And next
Yeah.
thing you know, why you ain't working on what you told me you was going to do?
Yep,
What
exactly.
you doing?
Yep.
Yep.
Why, don't call me if you ain't got this
Yep.
done. The
Yep.
conversations start to be different, the accountabilities, and then you start to see your circle win. So what you were saying just kind of resonated with what I was just looking at today. I was like, dang, I feel like this man, I was about to look at my phone. I know normally I would do like a little real video.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't do that on purpose today. I was purposeful, but not doing that because I ain't want nobody to see this.
It's funny because I told my wife the same thing. I was like, man, I went from having friends that will call me like, yo, we out to the club. Not saying nothing's wrong with the club.
Right.
Cause we young, we all
Have a good
want to
time
have a
here
good
and there,
time.
yeah.
But that would be the focal point.
Right.
So like, I got this mentor, man. His name is Jimmy. Greatest dude I've ever met, man. Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy Fresh, man. He did Military Fresh Network. Is a big social media entity. Anyway, he took me to my first cigar lounge. I've never been to a cigar lounge in my life.
And the energy in cigar lounges
It's
is like,
completely-
just like the golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That-
I just went. We went like what 3 months ago. Was my first time. Me, Jr. and Jimmy, a cigar lounge. I'm looking around. I don't know what to do. I'm like, yo, how do you smoke it?
Different energy.
I'm like, I don't.
Energy, yeah.
But we talking business talk. I'm like, wow, this is so different. This is how it feels to transition
Yep.
because I was so small minded. Like I'm thinking like club, get a bottle, get some clothes, life good. Then when you start meeting people like yourself and people who are actually doing something, people who are walking in their faith, doing actually great stuff. Now I'm looking at my sisters and I'm looking at my siblings now and I'm like, man, y'all been trying to tell me this whole time. I had the blinders on.
Yeah, you wasn't exposed to it.
I couldn't see the vision that y'all talking about. But now I see it.
Right.
And now I know that I could obtain it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's funny because like when I was a kid, I used to be so scared of growing up. Cause I'm like, yo, how am I gonna pay a bill? How am I gonna like get a wife?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to grow up. I want to stay with mommy and daddy forever. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like, inch by inch, you know what I'm saying? You kind of just start to figure it out. And now that you can see it, and I always tell people, man, like, no Diddy. This is a Diddy moment. No Diddy. But if you can feel it, touch it, see it, you can achieve it.
Absolutely.
And that's how I do with people. If I meet someone and I'm like, I could physically call you, I could physically see you, physically give you a high five and stuff like that, right? So that means you're a friend, you're close enough in my space. So if you're doing something really good and admirable, there shouldn't be no reason why I shouldn't be blowing up your phone trying to figure out how, what, when, where, why.
Yep. And to be genuine too.
And not no hating, nothing like that. It should be like, yo, bro, like I really love what you do. How can I get in on that? How can I start? When I met y'all, and what the first thing y'all said was about the toy drive, I was like, yo, bro, I'm down. And then I call y'all about it, like, yo, when's the toy drive? Yo, I'm trying to do a toy drive.
For sure.
I ain't want no cameras following me or nothing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do it.
Right. Right.
I generally rocked with y'all off the beginning, and look at us now.
Yep.
Facts.
I don't
Because I kept up with it because I go off of vibes.
Yeah. For sure.
Straight off of vibes. If I'm not vibing with you, I'm cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Just be like, all right, bro.
I hit y'all up about being on this. I'm like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
I want to be on
That's
y'all.
what I'm saying. It's like most
I
of the people
wanna
in
be
our
on y'all.
circle, I answer. Like, Rico called me today, answered. Keem called me. Every time Keem called me, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll call you right back, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
I always return. You too. It's just like, certain people.
Well, I call you 8 times.
Yeah, yeah. I don't care. That's cool.
Hey, he could be in a meeting. Hey man, pick up the phone. I'll text. Bro, pick up the phone. He's like,
sure.
bro, I'm in a meeting. So what?
Yeah.
What if he's having a Shannon Sharp moment, though?
Huh?
You don't know the Shannon
Oh,
Sharp
nah.
moment?
You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
Oh, Shannon.
Nah, he's crazy.
Hey,
He's crazy.
hey, Monica better.
That's crazy. On that note, y'all crazy.
Y'all don't care what you doing, bro. I don't
better
care.
stop.
Acting
If
crazy.
he can go live, you can answer the phone.
Right.
Yeah, y'all ain't wrong. Y'all wrong. Y'all both wrong. It's crazy, man. But to the These guys. All right, we're gonna. These are all blooper reels at this point.
We keep it going.
Yeah, on the end note, because we're gonna be here all day, man. Listen to these two guys. But for the 99% out there, I just hope that what you got from today's story, and in this interview, is that you understand a couple things. It's not where you start; it's how you finish. And, don't be afraid to expose yourself, because the things that you may be afraid to expose yourself could be the very things that change the trajectory of your life and your family's life. So, make sure that when you're making these decisions and that you're taking this walk or journey, you always have your faith and you always are open to changing your perspective. And like you said, when you're walking your purpose, everything else is going to follow. You don't have to chase it. It'll come to you.
100%. Well, let's find out where can they find you, connect with you, if they're looking to get into the military and they're in the Tampa area. How can they get with you? Also, to be a part of your podcast as well, and to follow the journey that you're about to embark upon that you haven't told us yet.
Okay. Well, if you're trying to follow me. It's Fly Recruiter Keem. So I keep it simple on all platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Fly Recruiter Keem. You do not need to be in the Tampa location
Okay, that's
to join the military with me. If you want me to be your recruiter as Fly Recruiter Keem, just follow me, hit me up. My number's on my page as well, so you can just shoot me a text like a lot of people do, and then I got you from there. What I was gonna say? Damn, what else did you ask me? I just spaced out real quick. My bad. The podcast, right? So same thing with the podcast. If you're trying to be on the podcast, man, just hit me up. Shoot, you don't even have to be in the military at this point. Right now, we showing love, man.
Right.
We spreading love the Brooklyn way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We
throwing those.
we
back home, man.
yeah,
Be homesick.
yeah, we spreading love. You know what I'm saying? So the podcast coming, man. Yeah, we just trying to change lives, man. Change this generational curse. Impact so much people that we can. That's my purpose, man. Like, for real. I really strongly believe that everyone should serve at least 2 to 4 years in the military.
Yeah.
I really strongly believe that it would change you for the best. Like, I don't really see no bad income. Even if you had a bad experience, it still will mold you to make solid decisions. Because that's what it did for me. Right. I may have a bad experience, I may have a bad sergeant, whatever, but being under certain circumstance, being under the fire, made me learn how to make sound judgments. Or just the networking that it allows you to be around is just crazy. Right. If you really look up how much millionaires, billionaires, they all pretty much came from some type of military background. If you just really look at it.
Their family did.
Yeah. Some type of military structure.
Right.
Come on, man. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
So,
Not wrong.
I'm going to leave y'all with that note, man. Just strive for greatness. You know what I mean? And I'm a LeBron fan, bro.
So am I. So
I'm
not mad at you.
I'm
not mad at you.
He the GOAT.
Put your response in the comment on that one.
He the
So
GOAT.
who's the GOAT? MJ or Bron?
I mean, I'm a LeBron fan. I like LeBron. For our generation, I like LeBron. I do enjoy Jordan, but I think the issue is they put him at this immortal status where most average players, it's two different games. So I appreciate both of them. But from my art, from what I've seen with my own eyes, LeBron, top notch.
I'm going to leave with this note with the LeBron MJ, because I grew up on MJ, right? And I know that feeling with MJ.
Right.
Like, it's a you just had to be there.
Right.
You just had to be there. But I always tell people, if you're the first to do something, no one else will beat you.
Exactly.
If you're the first to do something historic, anybody after you, it doesn't matter, because you're the first to do it. You set that standard.
Yep.
So LeBron could have had 17 rings. He still ain't Jordan.
Right.
It don't matter. He not going to win that GOAT debate, because it's like Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
It's like anybody for the first time they do something, you ain't being that.
Yeah.
I'll stay out of it.
We'll be here all day.
Nah, I'm Team LeBron.
Yeah, no, you good. You
GOAT
good.
to me.
Last thing. If y'all want to see some crazy drip, Fly Recruiter Keem, crazy. I got y'all.
Fly
Fashion crew.
Recruiter
Yeah.
King. Follow him. IG, TikTok,
Yep.
soon to be YouTube.
Yep. Soon to be you
So
too.
stay tuned. And it's not, I know we were just talking about the GOAT, but the thing that I love the most about when we say GOAT, you never see one GOAT by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, when we go into the 99 percenters, there's so many sheep in the 99 percenters, but when it comes to GOATs, there's like 15. If you get my...
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we have the ability to expand the fence within that 1% to add more GOATs or to place GOATs where they need to be. Your lane is your lane, my lane is my lane, your lane is your lane. We're all GOATs even till this day. If you're looking to change your life, the only way to become that GOAT within your own journey is to look at the person in the mirror, hold that person accountable, and grow the horns and start to make sure you stand out and be different. Be the GOAT in your family, and by that, you'll be the GOAT for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Knucklehead Podcast, and I want to say shout out to Keem for being a part.
Hey, I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, bro. I
And I
appreciate
salute
y'all.
you
This is
all.
amazing. This
See
is
you guys at the top or from the top. You decide.